Howdy, 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 my beautiful Cancer. How are you doing? And happy June. We're at the halfway point of this year. Can you believe it, darling Cancer? So let's just jump right into your tarot reading, see what's going on for you, what guidance y'all need from these tarot cards today, darling. All right. So right now you have the not the Nine of Pentacles, honey. It's been a moment. Cancer, you have the Six of Pentacles coming in here. And so this reads off to me like heavy energy of frustration, Cancer, of perhaps like what you're putting in on your side, because the Six of Pentacles is representative of these scales, right? If you look closely, so it's like you're putting time, resources, just whatever on your side of the scale, and then there's like this slight distinction I'm getting, Cancer, of where it's not being reciprocated on the other side. In a social way, you could translate this as like someone that just isn't responding to your messages, or just, you know, that natural, like that equal give and take when it comes to career. Like you're putting in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and just like you're not seeing the fruits of the labor, right? It's just like it's not, the math isn't mathing, you know. Even when it comes to like your manifestations and stuff like that, Cancer, you're just like, what do I have to change? What do I have to do different so you actually have that equal payout, right? And so let's explore this a little bit more, right? But I do want to just let you know, Cancer, that you're not crazy in the sense of where it's a little bit abnormal for you, for this lack of reciprocation here, right? But in my opinion, right, as a Libra sun, my Cancer is in rising, by the way, the scales always find its way to balance itself out here. And then you have the Empress card. All right, Cancer, so I'm gonna just need to preface this ahead of time, darling. All right, outside of tarot readings, honey, if you were just my friend and we were just sitting there kikiing, honey, I would see this and I would acknowledge like how aggravating or how annoying this message is going to be, but I'm going to say it anyways, right? You have the Empress card, which is my character building card. That is the card, Cancer, of where through life circumstances, it's there to teach you something. And as the Empress, it represents fertility. So I'm not saying you're getting pregnant or anything like that, Cancer, but more in the sense of where in order for you to give birth to what it is that you're trying to create there, Cancer, it seems to me like there's a little bit more character building or something for you to learn in the lack of reciprocity. Girl, I'm trying to use that word. I feel like you know what I'm trying to say, Cancer, to be the reciprocal, right? And so let's explore this a little bit. Something I can be telling you, Cancer, the positive in this, and while it's like, yes, there's some type of lesson, something for you to look deeper into like why you're not getting the results that of your manifestations or just what have you, Cancer, you can take light in the fact of knowing that the Empress is, I mean, she is representative of beauty. Now, obviously, I don't care about genders, darling. Take one look at me and you already know that, right? So I don't care if you're male, female, he, they, she, girl, whatever, right? That's your prerogative here. But the Empress, darling, she is known for her beauty. She is known for her just ability. Like, just, she is like, in terms of like characters, like the Empress, in my opinion, is the most balanced, desirable archetype to have that you are currently exuding, Cancer. So you know at the very least that you don't have to internalize it. If people are not reciprocating towards your messages or just the efforts you're putting in or just what have you, Cancer, you understand that it's not a you problem, right? The Empress does not need to, she does not suffer from a sense of insecurity or this sense of feeling as if she's not good enough, because you absolutely are, Cancer, all right? So get that right out of your head, all right? It makes sense as to why I felt the need to go into a little bit more detail about it, Cancer, because that Nine of Swords, did I say the Nine of Pentacles? Obviously, it's the Nine of Swords, right? Excuse me. Cancer. So it's like the sleepless nights, overthinking here. And the reason why you haven't been able to find the problem or the solution to your problem, Cancer, is because you're looking internally rather than externally, right? Towards finding that solution, right? It's nothing that you know, there's not a case of you needing to do more shadow work. It's not the case of you know, needing to fix your mindset. Like a lot of spiritual people will tell you, be like, oh, you know, if you're having bad things happen, honey, then you just need to stop thinking about it because you're creating it. Girl, bye. Like, I want to say so much more, but just read my eyes, darling, and how I truly feel about the folks that say stuff like that. It's like, you have not experienced enough life, have you? For you to be thinking that, for you to truly believe. Let me not. So let's continue on here, Cancer. You have the Four of Cups, so this is directly confirming to me what your spiritual team is trying to show to you. You're not seeing currently because this is who you are. If you look closely at the artwork, if you have me tabbed out, Cancer, then this is where you tab in, darling. How you doing? You see this person, arms crossed, eyes are closed, representing, girls is focusing, representing that you're closed off to the situation due to these 3 empty cups, right? And so you're frustrated. But if you look closer, you have 1 cup trying to be offered to you, Cancer, right? It's that spiritual hand. And so let's see what this cup is about. Where's your spiritual team trying to redirect your attention or get you to notice here? All right, Cancer, you're gonna have to just take my word for it. I had a couple cards fall down. I picked up these 2. What I see on the floor, I'm not gonna get it. So you'll have to just take my word for it, and that it's the 4 swords. All right. So you have the 4 swords that's on the floor right now, the 3 of Pentacles, as well as the 8 of Swords. All right. And so this is like a message of where it's in a social way. To just be very blunt, Cancer, I think you guys are feeling way too obligated to make something relevant for your next chapter, make a person relevant for your next chapter. I want you to release this sense of obligation and trying to bring something along to this next chapter, because that's what's holding you back. That 4 of Swords is a period of where you need to just kind of separate yourself from the outside world and just be about your own. All right. Especially with this 3 of Pentacles and 8 of Swords here, it feels to me as if, Cancer, you could have a better support system. You could have better people around you that would be supportive of you here. But right now you need to start prioritizing just not being afraid of releasing. All right. And so in terms of career, let's look in terms a little bit deeper in that regard, actually, Cancer, because I'm never going to be that type of tarot reader to tell you to just quit your job or anything in that manner there. Temperance card, as well as the Queen of Wands. All right. And so I see a little bit of the solution here for you in terms of your career, Cancer. Don't be so stuck on trying to have the payout be from a specific avenue. Now, darling, you already know I like examples or like metaphors, I suppose. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Can someone let me know if I'm using it properly? So let me just, if I was applying this to myself as an example, right? If I was having frustration with trying to have YouTube be my main source of income, which it hasn't for a long time, but that was like where I was like gung-ho and be like, nope, I'm going to have YouTube be my main income. I'm going to have that support me, and, because the YouTube algorithm, she just does not like me, honey. I've been at this for years. She just don't like me. Other platforms love me. YouTube, she ain't about it, which is okay. I don't do this for obviously. I do this because I enjoy it on YouTube here, but this is more so of an answer, Cancer, where it's like an answer, Cancer. It tripped me out for a moment because it sounded so weird to me when I first said it. Anyways, the answer to the problem isn't me internalizing it and being like, oh, well, since the YouTube algorithm doesn't like me and I'm trying to make YouTube be what pays all my bills, I need to change something up with myself. Maybe I need to stop wearing makeup. Maybe I need to do this or do that, changing up my content or changing myself to make it work out. And this dynamic here, Cancer, I would be, with the advice of these tarot, I would be like, all right, I don't need to change my style. I don't need to change how I do tarot readings. I need to just go to other places. I need to go to other platforms, or maybe I need to add something different to whatever it is I'm already doing on YouTube, perhaps, right? And then being a little bit patient about it here, right? You have that Temperance card, so I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Cancer, in the sense of where the moment you have like this shift in a mindset, like you're going to be super abundant and rich and famous and da 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 da. Wouldn't that be fabulous, right? I don't see that for you, but I do see you guys getting gratification by you expanding your wings a little bit more. All right, the Queen of Wands is someone that is leaving the nest. I can go into a whole much more detail about the Queen of Wands and the symbology of it, but I doubt y'all care. But it's the sense of leaving the nest and going after like a passion that hasn't really had its footing yet, right? And so this is a sense of where don't be afraid of expanding, because that's where it's going to pay off at. It's not the sense of you really cracking down at like uploading more of the same thing on YouTube, right? It's more of like, don't be afraid of exploring the range of like of what it is that you are doing. Does that make sense? In a social way, Cancer, I'm gonna just be very blunt in the sense of where I think you are trying to make certain folks fit in your life for this next chapter of your life. That really, like, this is really a time of where your path is going off in this way and this person's off in this way here. Now, I'm not, we didn't get any cards of finality in this tarot reading, Cancer. So I will say, like, I'm not seeing this in a way where you need to just cut folks off, never talk to them again. But also don't be feeling bad about that Four of Swords that's on the floor there, taking a period of time of where you just don't talk to anybody, where you release yourself of any obligation towards trying to make certain people fit into this next chapter of your life. All right. Sometimes you just need to not respond to those text messages. Start treating some of those text messages as emails. When you get an email, honey, you might get to it now, you might get to it a month from now. Right. That type of thing there. Release yourself of that guilt, because especially with this Three of Pentacles here, Cancer, I do feel as if for you, it's important for you to expand your reach. I think it's important for you to have friends in different social circles that are motivated on doing the same things that you want to do. So for example, Cancer, for me personally, I've made it more time to start connecting and talking to more of my fellow tarot readers, people who also are entrepreneurs, freelancers, and stuff like that, because those are the types of people that help motivate me and inspire me each day to continue pushing on, right? That's why I love Minopon Tarot so much. He's such a kind person, has really been such a helpful person behind the scenes. And really has played such a big role in terms of like how I go about doing tarot readings on YouTube. And so I feel like that's where it's fitting for you now, right? Yeah, Five of Wands in the reverse. That's really the answer to your problems, Cancer, is that I feel like it's run its course, what it is that you're currently doing, and how you're going to have the skills start balancing out in your favor again is adding some new stuff into the picture rather than trying to just keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. All right, Cancer. So that's the weekly tarot reading that I have for you, darling. If you do enjoy this, you can book a private tarot reading with me, linked down below on my website. All right, and then I'll just talk to you sometime in the near future, Cancer. Bye, darling.